We gotta jump into this new news, this top story of the day. A little pop culture top news stuff because it's a little nutty. It's a little nutty, guys. I couldn't even tell you. I can't even fully grasp Boosie Badazz right now. So Boosie Badazz went on to his Instagram live and had his own specific story about how he's training his kids or teaching his kids about masculinity. You could basically call it masculinity training. For very weakly. Let's just say that this is a very weak term because it's really, really messed up. But anyway, he went to his Instagram story. He went to his Instagram live and started talking about his kids and what he has done to train his kids to be as masculine and as male, heterosexual, if you will, as they can. So we got the video. I want to give you guys a fair heads up. I know we're starting off raw today, y'all. So language, fair warning. Here we go.
I'm training them boys right. Ask any of my nephews. Ask my son. Yeah. They were 12, 13. They got hit.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be.
No.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I got my fucking son dick sucked. You fucking right. Yes, a grown woman. Grown, super grown.
He did. Okay, hold up. He just said grown woman, a super grown woman on a 12-year-old kid. Let's continue. He's got more to say.
Super grown. Checked his ass out. Checked all my nephews out. Super grown. Is she grown? She checked me out. I know what the fuck she did to them. She checked me out, that bitch.
Wow.
I'm getting them prepared, man.
Okay, so that's as much as we have. All right. And that's as much as I can really play because obviously we don't want to get in too much trouble. And there's some crazy stuff that's going on. Well, good morning, everybody that's tuning in right now. But on some real stuff, Boosie Badazz just basically said, formerly known as Lil Boosie, went to his Instagram story and basically said that he's been training his son and nephews about being masculine. And has had grown-ass women that apparently, I guess he just got a grown-ass woman and he had his son and his nephews have their share. And then he had his share with that woman too. That is some real stuff. Now, I know we do have some comments down below, so I'm going to throw those in here really quick because, yes. And please comment down below and let me know what you think on this because I'm telling you, he is literally bringing in a grown-ass woman to perform sexual acts on his 12 to 13-year-old nephews and son. Just let that sink in for a second. To teach them about how to be masculine, how to be hetero. Let that sink in really quick, okay? While I read some of these comments, all right? Jason on Periscope said, I want to know why Boosie hasn't been arrested. I know a lot of people reported him. Why ain't he in jail? More from Jason. I'm disgusted. He's just horrible. Those boys lives lives are forever changed. I agree. Same thing from Jason again. He says he openly admitted it with no problem. I saw multiple Twitter people report it to the CPS and nothing yet. Yeah, and sick rite of passage type of thing. It's awful. Yes, I totally agree. That is a wild thing for you to go on to. You're a famous person, regardless. You're a person going on your IG and saying, yes, I've had these things performed on my kids, on little kids, grown women doing these things to my kin, to my bloodline. That does not make sense. That is pedophilia. That's child molestation. Sorry for saying it like that, but I'm going to keep it real. That's sexual. That's child abuse. Come on, guys. Speak on it, y'all. What do you think?
So I would love to hear what Kyle P. Swanson has to say.
Facts.
And he would have some interesting insight onto it, I believe. But that's just, I think that's illegal and immoral and unethical. I can keep on going. But yeah, I mean, that's
on everything.
Yeah.
That's everything.
It's not right.
Hell no, it's not right.
I mean, I'm assuming that Child Protective Services is going and interviewing his children and his nephews to see what they have to say about this. I mean, wow. That is a big crime to just straight up admit to.
Right.
I mean, it sounds like he hired a prostitute to sleep with his
facts. That's hard facts.
12-year-old nephews, and
absolutely.
Yeah.
But then it takes a certain type of. It sounds so messed up, but it takes a certain type of prostitute to be down for doing something like that on young kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a certain type of woman of the night. You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of working girl. That's messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yes, it is.
You got to find some girl. You got to find some woman, not girl, some woman that's down to perform those kind of acts on a child or on children. Or God knows if they, oh man, even thinking about that, I can't even think about it. I can't even wrap my mind around it. But like him and his kids and these kids in the same room at the same time running the train. He said, "Yo, we she saw to my kids, my nephews, and then she saw to me."
Yeah, it's really, really messed up. It sounds like this guy. I mean, that's like it's like his goal in life now is to speak out against gay people. There's. What he said in 2015, he bemoaned all the gay blank on television.
Yeah.
And he was attacking Dwayne Wade's 12-year-old daughter, Zaya, who's transgender.
Yep.
Saying, like, don't cut his blank off.
Right.
Like,
don't do that, man. Man, why would you do that, man? Like, and here it is. To each their own, you have your own set of opinions on that side. Right? Totally fine. That's an opinion. This is actually physically forcing your children or children, not even your children, just children in general, to do certain acts to prove their masculinity, to prove that they're heterosexual. That's so messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tim. Sorry. Go ahead.
He just seems like he's obsessed with men being heterosexual and not homosexual. Like it's a weird, like he should see a psychiatrist about that. I mean, you used to just say, oh, I think he doth protest too much. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he seems completely obsessed with men being heterosexual, which makes me wonder what's really going on in his brain.
It's a full-on fear of being emasculated, even himself. There must be something psychologically within him. Subconsciously, he does not want to be emasculated in some sort of way. So he's like, yo, man, this is how you be a man. This is how to be hetero you know what I'm saying? So Tim on Facebook said, hey, Tim, what's good? He said, child sexual assault, accessory to statutory rape. Not sure, but definitely a crime against a child. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yellow Man on YouTube just said, shout out to Yellow Man. He said, now, what if she had something? What if the girl had something? Hard facts. Flat out. What if? And y'all just spread that ish all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So, to some 12 to 13-year-old kids, boys. You know what I'm saying? So, whoa, I just, for me, I'm trying to wrap my mind around this whole issue. And it is so messed up. This is so, like Yellow Man just said, it's crazy. It's insane. Absolutely. Yeah. It is insane and it is crazy, yo. And this is what he's putting out. And this is what he's putting out and saying this with no problems on IG Live. That is a problem. That is not good. What were you going to say, Jack?
So, like, all these parents are stuck at home homeschooling.
Word.
I think that maybe he just thought that this was sex ed. It's the only excuse, right? There's like no excuse. It's
no.
Like how I don't understand. Like that's what I was going to bring that up about going live and talking about it. Like why? Like how has this become a thing? That like a spill all on Instagram. Like what? Like how is this like the trend?
Yeah.
Like it's not just him. It's other people going on to other people's Instagram lives too.
Yeah.
And like just showing their true colors.
Yeah.
It's
like, and then it's the same thing. Tim just said on Facebook, would he tell that to his mama? I mean, that's, how do you say that? You know what I'm saying? Imagine trying to explain, oh yeah, I lost my V card when some chick came over, you know what I'm saying? Some fan, some chick came over and, the first time I ever got any type of sexual experience was from some girl that was a fan of my dad or was just a straight up hooker. Oh, and this is how we're supposed to treat women? I mean, you're instilling and you're implanting something in those kids' heads right off the bat. You know what I'm saying?
Or you're scarring them for life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's what I'm trying to say. Like you're scarring them for life. Like thank you. That's a much better way of saying it. You're scarring your kids for life. You're instilling something in their brains psychologically. Now their wires are going to get all screwed up. You know what I'm saying? Even Tim just said on Facebook, I didn't get laid in sex ed. Me neither. Because if I did, shoot, that would have been statutory rape. That would have been sexual abuse. That would have been everything under the sun. But the fact that this guy thinks that it's okay, that Boosie thinks that it's okay to say that live on IG like that like it ain't a thing, like it ain't no thing, that makes no sense. That's messed up. And it makes you wonder what kind of upbringing he had. Sorry for saying that. Maybe something happened to him. I don't know. But you don't say those things like it ain't nothing. That is like any person in their right mind would step back and go, you know what? That's messed up to say out loud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of where a guy's mind must be that on a Tuesday night, out of nowhere, he's like, you know what? I'm going to jump on Instagram real quick and tell these guys, I'm so anti-gay that I brought my kids to a prostitute to get them. I mean, this guy has, I don't know if he's closeted himself and doesn't want to acknowledge that. But, I mean, between what stuff he said about Dwayne Wade, they got kicked out of a Planet Fitness for going off on gays, and now he's got this. I mean, he seems to have an obsession with being anti-gay, where does that come from? Yeah. I mean, I know he spent some time in prison. Was he passed around in there?
You never know. You never know.
Why is he saying all this stuff? Why is this his obsession? I don't get it.
Yeah. To me, I can't fully like I said, it's just it's some wild stuff. And what's wild to me, what's really, really upsetting to me is that there are some people out there that will most likely agree with his approach to teaching his sons about masculinity and how to be as hetero AF as possible. And that's what's so frustrating about it. And now the thing is that's the person, Jason on Periscope, that said earlier that he's been like people have reported that thing on Twitter and nothing has happened yet. Yeah, it's been reported several times and nothing has happened yet. So it makes you wonder, why though? Why is he not being Child Protective Services going up to his door going bing bong? Like, he went out in front of his millions of followers and admitted to this thing, and it wasn't like he's like, nah, I'm just playing, y'all. Moving on. He literally just kept going. You know what I'm saying? He just literally kept saying this thing. Mrs. Entrepreneur just said on IG, she said, I couldn't imagine my daughter doing such a thing or song. That is crazy. Paying for sex first off, then sex in a minor, disgusting. Oh, and she meant I couldn't imagine my daughter doing such a thing to a son, I guess. And yes, I agree. That is some really, really messed up stuff, but this is out here. But there are other people. I guarantee you, if we were to put this video out by itself, there's going to be a whole bunch of dislikes. I guarantee you, because there's people out there that agree with Boosie with this approach. This is not going out and hunting and killing your first deer. This is a kid getting sexually abused by force almost. If you really think about it, it's basically by force. Because if you sit there...
Rape.
Say again?
It's rape. It's
rape.
Literally rape.
You're sitting there...
It's statutory rape.
Because you know for a fact that he's sitting there going, hey, kid, for a fact, if you don't do this, man, you an F then, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You a woman. You a girl. You a sissy. Whatever he wants to call his kid. Those kids are put into a corner. They're like, well, shoot, I got to do this. And don't get me wrong. I mean, 12, 13 years old for the most part. We're all pretty much wired in a certain way. And as the new generations are coming out, they're getting hypersexualized earlier on in life. But at the same time, getting your first whatevers is scary sometimes, especially when you're going, oh, we're all going to share the same girl. Wait, you're walking in and they're like, here's the girl. What? Excuse me? What are we doing? But Dad, no. Well, if you don't do it, then you little B, you feel me? That's some messed up stuff. Prove your masculinity by doing this thing. Wow. Totally messed up.
Indeed.
Totally messed up. Tim said, I guarantee he doesn't have the sexual relationship with his wife, baby mama, the way God intended it to be. It's a gift, and he most likely sees it as a porn movie every time he has sex. He was scared somewhere in his life, or he was scarred somewhere in his life. Yeah, that's what I think. I think something happened to him. Therefore, his mind is a little bit... Something was ingrained in him at a very young age, or happened to him sometime in his path of life where he's like, I must instill heterosexuality as hard as I can into my children by forcing them to receive sexual gratification from a woman, a grown woman. Doesn't even matter if it was a grown woman or a woman or a girl. Their age still messed up beyond. This is FUBAR. This is super FUBAR. That's it. Super
he's
FUBAR.
worth about $2 million.
Of course he is. It's Boosie Badazz. You know what I'm saying? People love his ass. Shoot, they're talking about doing a a show just for him, a dating show just for him, basically kind of like Flavor of Love.
That's not going to happen now.
Not anymore. Hell to the no. No, it's not going to happen anymore. If it was, I'd be surprised if it was. I'd be like, for real though? This is happening still? Then people are really ignoring a lot of stuff. And like I said, or like the comments have said, there's been people have reported him because that's some messed up stuff. But so far, we haven't heard anything. And it's Thursday. It's Thursday. And he did this 2 days ago? He put this live video out 2 days ago?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you'd like to think that they're at least, that they've sent people out there, that they're preparing to send people out there. I don't know with the coronavirus if maybe some of this stuff isn't getting done right away, but those kids need to be taken out of that house if they're still there. I don't know how old they are now.
See, that's what I think too. That's what I think too. I mean, it's, you know, you don't do that to kids, man. You just don't do that to kids, period, bruh. You just don't do that. I ain't about that.
And I think
life.
we're also overlooking the fact this guy in this video, I mean, I've never really seen him do much of anything before, but he seems like he's pretty high in that video. He seems pretty messed up.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got kids with him, but I mean, you can't be that messed up if you're around kids. You're going to do something awful, like take them to a prostitute when they're 12 years old. I mean,
yeah.
Jesus,
Man.
You know,
Well, he was thrown in jail for what? For cash, drugs, and gun were found in his car. $20,000 in cash. And so I don't know how long he was in jail for, but you know, Tom, like you said, it might have happened in there that.
Yeah. It says he served 5 years.
I mean, 5 years, that's a lot of dodging. That's a lot of not dropping the soap. You feel me? So, I mean, you never know. But I don't know if it's like that. I just think that maybe something happened to him when he was younger. Or maybe he just has, this is going to sound messed up, so and take what I'm saying very loosely, but it could be that he grew up in a very toxic masculine life, or like childhood. He could have had a lot of heavily masculine, you know, like what one would perceive as what is fully heterosexual sexual masculine, you know, in his life. That could have been surrounding his life all day long. You never know. This could have been his rite of passage too. This could have happened to him when he was 12, 13 years old as well. Therefore, this is like, hey, this is my rite of passage. This is a ritual. This is what we do. Son, this is what you got to do. Whether you want to or not, this is how you do it, man. This is how you become a man. You know? You know, it's like his own way of having a bar mitzvah. A bar mitzvah. You know what I'm saying? This is his rite of passage. This is now you are a man, son. Now you're a man. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you never know. What he thinks in his mind, he might think that is completely, totally justified. But in the outside world, that is a really messed up thing to do. No, this is a rite of passage. This is the way I keep my sons, like, you know, like in that movie 300, they go out and they kill a lion and they bring back the lion, you know, to prove their manhood. You know, this is their rite of passage at the age of 12, 13 years old. They must go and hunt and kill for their own, you know, to prove that they are a man. I guess that's his way of doing it as well. But that's still really, really messed up. And in the confines of the law, confines of society, you just don't do those things, period. It's gross. And it's very wrong.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.